Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be here with you. It's a pleasure to see members of the broker community have come out for breakfast with us. Thank you very much indeed for giving us your time. As Nick mentioned, THT Total Health Trust is a member of the Liberty Group, and my job over the next 15 to 20 minutes is just to give you a little bit more background as to who Liberty are, what we aim to do, and what we're doing in Nigeria. Now, it may come as a bit of a surprise that Liberty has actually been invested in Nigeria for nearly 10 years now, 8 years this year. We first started looking at Nigeria some 10 or so years ago. When I joined the company, I was doing something completely different, but other colleagues of mine were focusing on Nigeria and the rest of Africa, outside of South Africa. And I think one of the first, Total Health Trust is one of the first investments we made. Some 6 or 7 billion naira later, we're looking to make even more investments because we have a commitment to the long-term future of Nigeria. We believe that there are opportunities here that we are well placed to work with. There are people in Nigeria that we believe that we can partner with to deliver value to the Nigerian customer, and if we do that correctly, we and they and the customer will be amply rewarded. So let me just talk a little bit about who we are. At Liberty, we're driven by a purpose, and that purpose is to make financial freedom possible for the customers whom we serve, for the partners whom we work with, for the employees who work with us in striving to deliver in striving towards this purpose. And in pursuing that purpose, we maintain a vision, and that vision is to unashamedly be the trusted leader in insurance and investment in Africa and all the markets that we choose. So how do we go about doing this? Well, the first thing is that in everything we do, customers remain at the center. Giving benefits to customers, whether it be through meeting the obligations at the time of distress, at the time when a risk event happens, whether it be just managing the assets that will give them a productive and assured retirement, to deliver the returns that are needed to sustain that, whether it's giving advice at times when important financial decisions are being made, or whether it's behaving in such a way that would build a brand they can have confidence in, that if they put their money with us, if they put their money with our partners, and I hope some of you will become our partners, then they can rest assured that the things that we have promised, when the time comes, it will be delivered. So that is what we do. That is how we drive ourselves forward. And in doing that, apart from generating benefits for our direct customers, for our suppliers, for our partners, we also generate benefits for the environment, the countries in which we work in, because the work we do contributes to the economic growth of countries, and we support the development of our host countries in many different ways, through direct investments in infrastructure and through paying our taxes like good citizens. So we believe that making financial freedom possible is a worthwhile aim, and it will benefit our customers and ultimately benefit us. So we create value. We create value, and that value is underpinned by very, very sound fundamentals. Liberty is listed on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. We are a subsidiary of the Standard Bank Group. We're a member of the Standard Bank Group, who owns. Please, next slide, please. Thank you. So, thanks. Nick, do you have the? I do, but it might not. Okay, well, I'll just give you a signal when I want to next one to go on. So, we're a listed financial services group offering a range of services to individuals and businesses across 17 countries in the continent of Africa. Actually, I think Andrew's going to correct me and tell me it's actually not 17, it's probably 22 if you count countries where we're not physically present but have some sort of business, particularly in the health side. Those products range across the healthcare, life insurance, short-term insurance, and property asset management. Essentially the insurance and investment space for companies, institutions, and individuals. Over the last 60 years, we've developed a strong brand that's been trusted by many people. We have something in the region of 6 million customers. We have 2,500 tied agents that we work with, 10,000 employees, and something approaching 3,500 broker partnerships across our territories. More about who we are. I've mentioned about our tied agents, and I mentioned some of the numbers that underlie that value. But one thing that we are striving to do, we're created, we're formed in South Africa, as I said, almost 60 years ago, but we see ourselves very much as an African company. And to that extent, we are extending our footprint beyond our home geography, if you like, to make sure that we can offer our services across the continent and derive benefits therefrom. So, what is our track record? What is the basis on which we can say that we are adding value? Well, just very briefly, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail in this. This is just there's really one message behind this financial history and financial metrics, and that is that we have the capability, the financial strength, and we have a proven track record of delivering on our promises. When a customer buys a policy with an insurance company, the one thing they want to be assured of is that when they need that policy to pay out, the insurance company is going to be there to pay it out. And as evidence of that, they will look at, what have we done before? We have been performing financially, we're strong, even in times of financial difficulty or economic difficulty, as such has been experienced now across not just the continent, but actually across the world. We serve some 2.5 million customers, and quite important, if you look over to the right-hand side, the top, just in the bottom section, it shows that we paid 3 billion rands in claims in 2015, which at yesterday's rates of the rand to the naira is something like 66 billion naira in 1 year of claims. Now, most of us, one of the metrics we watch as insurers is obviously our claims ratio. And I remember last year I was in a conversation with some insurance CEOs, and everybody around the table was complaining about how the claims ratios were so high and what are they going to do. And it was interesting because the claims ratios they're complaining about was something in the region of 35 to 40%, and they were going to become 42%. Now, I know one or two executives, including my colleagues here, who would give their eye teeth to have claims ratios of 40 or so %. But if you really think about it, an insurance company, we actually exist, and somebody said that at that meeting, said, look, guys, what are you complaining about? We exist to pay claims. If we're not paying claims, then what service are we giving? Of course, we have to manage the costs, but at the end of the day, if we're not paying claims, if we don't have claims ratio going up, it means that nobody's buying what we're selling. It means that people are getting fed up with us. It means we're not going to have customers in the future. So, whilst we need to manage it carefully, we proudly say that we do pay our claims, and we don't mind. The bigger it is, the better, as long as we get the premiums to cover it. Anyway, that's my soapbox for the day. So again, as I said, I'm not going to go in detail on these numbers, but essentially we're growing our earnings, we're growing our dividends, our shareholders are smiling and giving us capital to carry and do what we're doing. And we are obviously paying the partners we work with. We're paying our brokers, we're paying our agents, we're paying our staff, and we continue to grow. So customers can invest in us with confidence. Let me just move on from that. So what is our strategy? How do we intend to continue growing, continue serving, continue being around for the customers, continue to make financial freedom possible? Well, clearly, you agree that we live in challenging times. Now, some of you may be surprised to see the first bullet point there saying low interest rates. But if you factor inflation in, real interest rates in Nigeria are actually relatively low compared to what we've experienced in the past. I mean, inflation of 18%, interest rates of about 25%, gives you about 5%, but there have been times when interest rates have been much higher. And that's a difficult environment to make investments returns work. We have volatile markets going up and down all the time. Events are happening all over the world. We live, whether or not you're a supporter or opponent of globalization, it is a reality that things that happen in one corner of the world affect what's happening in our own neighborhood in ways that it's difficult to predict. So we live in a time of constant change, of volatility. We live in a time of regulatory difficulty. I was going to say confusion, but there may be one or two regulators in the room, and let me not offend anybody. But certainly, regulation is one of the key things that we have to deal with in our industry, and the change, and the pace of change of regulation, the unpredictability of some regulatory situations. And we live with increased competition. The penetration of the insurance sector in Nigeria is very low, but there's a multiplicity of insurance players, and there are more coming in. So the little pie that we have is there are more mouths demanding it. So we have to be sharper, we have to be more innovative, we have to find ways of expanding the market, expanding the reach, because competition is getting more and more fierce. Our strategy in all that is to focus on what we are good at, is to focus on what we do well, and use this expertise to generate returns to our customers, our shareholders, and create sustainable employment and create sustainable partnership relationships with our intermediaries and our staff. So we believe in appropriate focus. We believe also that to be successful sustainably today, you have to think differently. You have to do differently. You have to innovate. You have to look from the customer side, look at what they need, and then organize yourself to not only do it well, but keep doing it well and keep learning and keep bringing new ways, new propositions, new ways of adding value to your customers. And that involves understanding your market very well. In South Africa, for us, we serve the affluent, most of the retail affluent market. That's the middle and upper income segment. But we also have to understand that in other parts of the continent, what equates to that segment may be different. So we have to understand our markets well. We have to find different ways of reaching them, whether it be through intermediaries, through our direct access, or through our partnership with Standard Bank, to whom we are the preferred insurance partner across the continent. We have to employ technology in intelligent ways to make it easier for customers to reach us, make it easier for partners to work with us, make it easier for our staff to work so that we can continue to be more efficient and more effective. We offer a comprehensive range of solutions to the changing needs of a large number of customers, but with the intent to make sure that there is a single customer experience, single consistent customer experience that will keep our customers with us, that will retain them, and that will mean that the investment we make in customers generates the kind of returns that our shareholders obviously want. We have to manage our risks. We have to understand we work within risk appetites. And in doing all of this, we aim to build meaningful relationships with our customers and to maintain long-term rewarding relationships with our partners to meet the multiple financial needs of those customers. Please move on. Sorry, I was talking to a different slide. My apologies. Next slide, please. So, just to bring it home today, in terms of our conversation this morning, we are reaching out through our health business, through THT, to the broker community. Previously, we were very much focused on direct, but we've grown to a point now that we can confidently partner with you to deliver a range of solutions in the health side. In the very near future, we hope to be bringing forward to you a range of other solutions in the life insurance side, first of all, and in short-term insurance and in investment side, so that we can build a stronger partnership. Because our approach is to service our customers through many channels and, in terms of distribution, and so that and to offer many products through that, to offer products that are relevant to their needs in whichever market we serve. So we are seeking to distribute different products, a comprehensive product suite through multiple channels. And one of the key channels we want to develop in Nigeria is the broker channel, which is why we're talking to you today, and we'll continue to explain more through the roadshows that Nick mentioned. In doing this, we are looking to grow our footprint, looking to grow the offerings we have in Nigeria, and looking to grow our footprint across the African continent. Presently, we have in the region of 6 life licenses, 2 short-term licenses, and our asset management businesses operating across 9 territories. By 2020, we're looking to increase our life licenses significantly from 6 to 15. We're looking to significantly grow our short-term licenses, to increase the footprint of Stanley, and to increase our health footprint across the continent. So we're committed to deploying capital in a way that will grow our business, will grow our partners, and will grow the benefits that we deliver to our customers over the next few years. In Nigeria, presently, we are strong in health. We aim to be equally strong in life and short-term insurance in a very short time. And we will also be working with our sister company, Stanbic IBTC, to look for ways to collaboratively improve the asset management offering to Nigerian customers, which may also provide opportunities for you to partner with us in that for mutual benefit. As I said, we first entered Nigeria back in 2009. We took over the full ownership of THT last year at the end of 2015, and we are in the process of securing a life license, and shortly after that we'll be securing a short-term license. Our asset management business is currently operating in the real estate sector, and the aim is that we will grow that footprint over time. So, in short, we are committed to a long-term future in Nigeria, and you can rest assured that our commitment is to build a strong business here across different platforms, which offers opportunity for customers and, of course, for you who become our partners. So, in conclusion, we're committed to capturing long-term growth in the markets we operate, be they our traditional markets in Southern and East Africa, or be they the front we've opened in West Africa. We remain committed to invest in the distribution capacity, in our broker relationships, in our tied agencies, in our franchise outlets, in our direct distribution, both in our home market and in Nigeria. We aim to accelerate the change. In South Africa, transformation has a particular meaning, but what transformation is doing is trying to draw from the power of diversity, and that same principle is something that we will employ in all the markets we are, so that we'll be relevant and will be reflective of the communities that we serve. It's such so that we can protect our franchise, grow our franchise, and make our full contribution to the countries we're in. And finally, we are laying the foundation for sustained long-term growth. So, in a nutshell, that's an overview of Liberty. I look forward to having conversations with you, if not today, then sometime in the future, and telling you more about the Liberty story and how we aim to make financial freedom possible for our customers and for you, our partners. Thank you. and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be here with you. It's a pleasure to see members of the broker community have come out for breakfast with us. Thank you very much indeed for giving us your time. As Nick mentioned, THT Total Health Trust is a member of the Liberty Group, and my job over the next 15 to 20 minutes is just to give you a little bit more background as to who Liberty are, what we aim to do, and what we're doing in Nigeria. Now, it may come as a bit of a surprise that Liberty has actually been invested in Nigeria for nearly 10 years now, 8 years this year. We first started looking at Nigeria some 10 or so years ago. When I joined the company, I was doing something completely different, but other colleagues of mine were focusing on Nigeria and the rest of Africa, outside of South Africa. And I think one of the first, Total Health Trust was one of the first investments we made. Some 6 or 7 billion naira later, we're looking to make even more investments because we have a commitment to the long-term future of Nigeria. We believe that there are opportunities here that we are well placed to work with. There are people in Nigeria that we believe that we can partner with to deliver value to the Nigerian customer, and if we do that correctly, we and they and the customer will be amply rewarded. So let me just talk a little bit about who we are. At Liberty, we're driven by a purpose, and that purpose is to make financial freedom possible for the customers whom we serve, for the partners whom we work with, for the employees who work with us in striving to deliver striving towards this purpose. And in pursuing that purpose, we maintain a vision, and that vision is to unashamedly be the trusted leader in insurance and investment in Africa and all the markets that we choose. So, how do we go about doing this? Well, the first thing is that in everything we do, customers remain at the center. Giving benefits to customers, whether it be through meeting the obligations at the time of distress, at the time when a risk event happens, whether it be managing the assets that will give them a productive and assured retirement, to deliver the returns that are needed to sustain that, whether it's giving advice at times when important financial decisions are being made, or whether it's behaving in such a way that will build a brand they can have confidence in, that if they put their money with us, if they put their money with our partners, and I hope some of you will become our partners, then they can rest assured that the things that we have promised, when the time comes, it will be delivered. So that is what we do. That is how we drive ourselves forward. And in doing that, apart from generating benefits for our direct customers, for our suppliers, for our partners, we also generate benefits for the environment, the countries in which we work in, because the work we do contributes to the economic growth of countries, and we support the development of our host countries in many different ways, through direct investments in infrastructure and through paying our taxes like good citizens. So we believe that making financial freedom possible is a worthwhile aim, and it will benefit our customers and ultimately benefit us. So we create value. We create value, and that value is underpinned by very, very sound fundamentals. Liberty is listed on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. We are a subsidiary of the Standard Bank Group. We're a member of the Standard Bank Group, who owns. Please, next slide, please. Thank you. So, thanks. Nick, do you have the? I do, but it might not. Okay, well, I'll just give you a signal when I want to next one to go on. So, we're a listed financial services group offering a range of services to individuals and businesses across 17 countries in the continent of Africa. Actually, I think Andrew's going to correct me in a moment and tell me it's actually not 17, it's probably 22 if you count countries where we're not physically present but have some sort of business, particularly in the health side. Those products range across the healthcare, life insurance, short-term insurance, and property asset management. Essentially the insurance and investment space for companies, institutions, and individuals. Over the last 60 years, we've developed a strong brand that's been trusted by many people. We have something in the region of 6 million customers. We have 2,500 tied agents that we work with, 10,000 employees, and something approaching 3,500 broker partnerships across our territories. More about who we are. I've mentioned about our tied agents, and I mentioned some of the numbers that underlie that value. But one thing that we are striving to do, we're created, we're formed in South Africa, as I said, almost 60 years ago, but we see ourselves very much as an African company. And to that extent, we are extending our footprint beyond our home geography, if you like, to make sure that we can offer our services across the continent and derive benefits therefrom. So, what is our track record? What is the basis on which we can say that we are adding value? Well, just very briefly, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail in this. This is just there's really one message behind this financial history and financial metrics, and that is that we have the capability, the financial strength, and we have a proven track record of delivering on our promises. When a customer buys a policy with an insurance company, the one thing they want to be assured of is that when they need that policy to pay out, the insurance company is going to be there to pay it out. And as evidence of that, they will look at, what have we done before? We have been performing financially, we're strong, even in times of financial difficulty or economic difficulty, as such as been experienced now across not just the continent, but actually across the world. We serve some 2.5 million customers, and quite important, if you look over to the right-hand side, the top, just in the bottom section, it shows that we paid 3 billion rands in claims in 2015, which at yesterday's rates of the rand to the naira is something like 66 billion naira in 1 year claims. Now, most of us, one of the metrics we watch as insurers is obviously our claims ratio. And I remember last year I was in a conversation with some insurance CEOs, and everybody around the table was complaining about how the claims ratios were so high and what are they going to do. And it was interesting because the claims ratios they're complaining about was something in the region of 35 to 40%, and they were going to become 42%. Now, I know one or two executives, including my colleagues here, who would give their eye teeth to have claims ratios of 40 or so %. But if you really think about it, an insurance company, we actually exist, and somebody said that at that meeting, said, look, guys, what are you complaining about? We exist to pay claims. If we're not paying claims, then what service are we giving? Of course, we have to manage the costs. But at the end of the day, if we're not paying claims, if we don't have claims ratio going up, it means that nobody's buying what we're selling. It means that people are getting fed up with us. It means we're not going to have customers in the future. So whilst we need to manage it carefully, we proudly say that we do pay our claims, and we don't mind. The bigger it is, the better, as long as we get the premiums to cover it. Anyway, that's my soapbox for the day. So again, as I said, I'm not going to go in detail on these numbers, but essentially we're growing our earnings, we're growing our dividends, our shareholders are smiling and giving us capital to carry on doing what we're doing. And we are obviously paying the partners we work with. We're paying our brokers, we're paying our agents, we're paying our staff, and we continue to grow. So customers can invest in us with confidence. Let me just move on from that. So what is our strategy? How do we intend to continue growing, continue serving, continue being around for the customers, continue to make financial freedom possible? Well, clearly, you agree that we live in challenging times. Now, some of you may be surprised to see the first bullet point there saying low interest rates. But if you factor inflation in, real interest rates in Nigeria are actually relatively low compared to what we've experienced in the past. I mean, inflation of 18%, interest rates of about 25% gives you about 5%, but there have been times when interest rates have been much higher. And that's a difficult environment to make investments returns work. We have volatile markets going up and down all the time. Events are happening all over the world. We live, whether or not you're a supporter or opponent of globalization, it is a reality that things that happen in one corner of the world affect what's happening in our own neighborhood in ways that it's difficult to predict. So we live in a time of constant change, of volatility. We live in a time of regulatory difficulty. I was going to say confusion, but there may be one or two regulators in the room, and let me not offend anybody. But certainly, regulation is one of the key things that we have to deal with in our industry, and the change, the pace of change of regulation, the unpredictability of some regulatory situations. And we live with increased competition. The penetration of the insurance sector in Nigeria is very low, but there's a multiplicity of insurance players, and there are more coming in. So the little pie that we have, there are more mouths demanding it. So we have to be sharper, we have to be more innovative, we have to find ways of expanding the market, expanding the reach, because competition is getting more and more fierce. Our strategy in all that is to focus on what we are good at, is to focus on what we do well, and use this expertise to generate returns to our customers, our shareholders, and create sustainable employment and create sustainable partnership relationships with our intermediaries and our staff. So we believe in appropriate focus. We believe also that to be successful sustainably today, you have to think differently. You have to do differently. You have to innovate. You have to look from the customer side, look at what they need, and then organize yourself to not only do it well, but keep doing it well and keep learning and keep bringing new ways, new propositions, new ways of adding value to your customers. And that involves understanding your market very well. In South Africa, for us, we serve the affluent, most of the retail affluent market. That's the middle and upper income segment. But we also have to understand that in other parts of the continent, what equates to that segment may be different. So we have to understand our markets well. We have to find different ways of reaching them, whether it be through intermediaries, through our direct access, or through our partnership with Standard Bank, to whom we are the preferred insurance partner across the continent. We have to employ technology in intelligent ways to make it easier for customers to reach us, make it easier for partners to work with us, make it easier for our staff to work so that we can continue to be more efficient and more effective. We offer a comprehensive range of solutions to the changing needs of a large number of customers, but with the intent to make sure that there is a single customer experience, a single consistent customer experience that will keep our customers with us, that will retain them, and that will mean that the investment we make in customers generates the kind of returns that our shareholders obviously want. We have to manage our risks. We have to understand we work within risk appetites. And in doing all of this, we aim to build meaningful relationships with our customers and to maintain long-term rewarding relationships with our partners to meet the multiple financial needs of those customers. Please move on. So I was talking to a different slide. My apologies. Next slide, please. So just to bring it home today, in terms of our conversation this morning, we are reaching out through our health business, through THT, to the broker community. Previously, we were very much focused on direct, but we've grown to a point now that we can confidently partner with you to deliver a range of solutions in the health side. In the very near future, we hope to be bringing forward to you a range of other solutions in the life insurance side, first of all, and in short-term insurance and in investment side, so that we can build a stronger partnership. Because our approach is to service our customers through many channels in terms of distribution, and so that and to offer many products through that, to offer products that are relevant to their needs in whichever market we serve. So we are seeking to distribute different products, a comprehensive product suite through multiple channels. And one of the key channels we want to develop in Nigeria is the broker channel, which is why we're talking to you today, and we'll continue to explain more through the roadshows that Nick mentioned. In doing this, we are looking to grow our footprint, looking to grow the offerings we have in Nigeria, and looking to grow our footprint across the African continent. Presently, we have in the region of 6 life licenses, 2 short-term licenses, and our asset management businesses operating across 9 territories. By 2020, we're looking to increase our life licenses significantly from 6 to 15. We're looking to significantly grow our short-term licenses to increase the footprint of Stanley and to increase our health footprint across the continent. So we're committed to deploying capital in a way that will grow our business, will grow our partners, and will grow the benefits that we deliver to our customers over the next few years. In Nigeria, presently we are strong in health. We aim to be equally strong in life and short-term insurance in a very short time. And we will also be working with our sister company, Stanbic IBTC, to look for ways to collaboratively improve the asset management offering to Nigerian customers, which may also provide opportunities for you to partner with us in that for mutual benefit. As I said, we first entered Nigeria back in 2009. We took over the full ownership of THT last year at the end of 2015, and we are in the process of securing a life license, and shortly after that we'll be securing a short-term license. Our asset management business is currently operating in the real estate sector, and the aim is that we will grow that footprint over time. So, in short, we are committed to a long-term future in Nigeria, and you can rest assured that our commitment is to build a strong business here across different platforms, which offers opportunity for customers and, of course, for you who become our partners. So, in conclusion, we're committed to capturing long-term growth in the markets we operate, be they our traditional markets in Southern and East Africa, or be they the front we've opened in West Africa. We remain committed to invest in the distribution capacity, in our broker relationships, in our tied agencies, in our franchise outlets, in our direct distribution, both in our home market and in Nigeria. We aim to accelerate the change. In South Africa, transformation has a particular meaning, but what transformation is doing is trying to draw from the power of diversity, and that same principle is something that we will employ in all the markets we are, so that we'll be relevant and will be reflective of the communities that we serve. It's so that we can protect our franchise, grow our franchise, and make our full contribution to the countries we're in. And finally, we are laying the foundation for sustained long-term growth. So, in a nutshell, that's as an overview of Liberty. I look forward to having conversations with you, if not today, then sometime in the future, and telling you more about the Liberty story and how we aim to make financial freedom possible for our customers and for you, our partners. Thank you.